Most people think that with this style of wine, we pick our fruit very, very sweet, which we don't. We are harvesting our fruit pretty much the same time as everyone else is harvesting for their table wine. Just we have the luxury of being able to stop it whenever we want and at whatever sugar we want to, because we have the 169 proof unaged brandy. Now, our one and only estate vineyard is located right here in St. Helena, just about a quarter mile up the road. We have been harvesting this fruit since about 1981. It's the Petite Sirah vineyard. We now lease the land and farm the vineyard. We lease it from Dr. Palladini, hence the name Palladini Vineyards. The fruit from that vineyard is just incredible, because for about a 5-mile radius around here, you'll find, this is probably just an old ancient riverbed, so it's very rocky soil. And the water, you water it and it just perks into the ground very quickly, forcing the roots on the vines to go a little bit deeper because the water goes really quick. And you don't get as much fruit off the vines at that point, but you do get an intense fruit. And the Petite Sirah is the one grape that we really like producing ports with. We blend it, we make 100% Petite Sirah ports, because you have to realize that during the fermentation period, most table wines, like take Cabernet for instance, probably takes a good week and a half for it to really pick up its heavy red body and color and everything that's needed. But we don't have that luxury when we're making port. We might get 3-4 days of actual fermentation and skin contact. But with the Petite Sirah, especially from this vineyard, in just a couple days we have the rich, intense color, tannins, the acids are all there, which enables that particular port or that style of port to actually age for a couple decades because of everything is there within just a couple days. And that's really why we like using Petite Sirah. We used Cabernet on our 10-year-old tawny because after 10 years it's going to go brown, hence the name tawny. All that fruit will be oxidized out, and everything what you have is more of a nutty caramel characteristic. So it's a different style of port, and so we're not looking so much for that heavy red deep color, because it's not going to be there by the time it goes into the bottle. Not all ports are meant to put on the shelf and continue to develop. The vintage styles, the ones that we make from the Petite Sirah, the ones that we pull out of the barrel within 2 to 3 years, those are the ones that will continue to develop on the shelf. Those are the vintage style ports. And then you get into the wood ports, which are always named after their color. The tawny, white, and the third one, which we don't make here, is a ruby. Those have reached full maturity in the barrel. They're ready to drink the day the customer buys it. However, you can hold on to it for many more years, but you're not aging it, you're just basically holding on to it. After my parents returned from Portugal back in the early 90s, Dad came back and said, "Boys, we're making a white port," and that started our production of Aria, which is made from 100% Napa Valley Chardonnay, aged for 3.5 years in the barrel. And next year we'll be getting ready to release our first 8-year-old or 8-year in the barrel white port. So we're very excited about that.